A very common comment that I got on my oil change video is, how do you bleed the brakes on a Rawrr Mantis? Today we're going to do a step-by-step guide on how to do that. So a couple things to note. We'll be working on the Mini, but at the same time, the Mantis X has the same brake system. So this process applies for both of them. Another thing to note, make sure you're working on one that has mineral oil, not the DOT4 fluid. The largest Mantis, I believe, has DOT brakes, not mineral oil like this. That's going to be a different process. It's going to be a different fluid. So this will only apply to the Mantis X and the Mantis Mini, Mini R, all that. Despite the fact that Rawrr gives you a pretty cool toolbox with it, it doesn't include the right tools. So let me show you what you're going to need. You will need a brake bleed kit. You can buy these on Amazon. This one I got on Amazon for $15.99 US dollars. Has the oil, has all the adapters, has the syringes, everything you need in the kit. I'll link that in the description below. But you also need a T10 Torx. This is a smaller Torx than comes in there, so you'll need to get one of those in order to take off the bleed screws. You will also need a size 4 Allen key. Now you might be saying, why would I need to change my brake fluid? Is there an issue if I don't change my brake fluid? On my X, for example, I have not needed to do anything with the brake fluid. It came from the factory and it felt great. There was no sponginess. It's going to be good for a while until the fluid itself goes bad. Now the Mini happens to have a bit of a longer throw to it when I pull on the lever. I want to try to tighten that up and make it as responsive as possible. So by bleeding the brakes, making sure it has enough fluid and no air should help with that problem. We're going to start on the back brake. So the first thing we need to do is take the lever and make sure that this is level, because this is the bleed screw right here. So we want to rotate the lever up and make sure that's flat. With your Allen, you're going to want to loosen the clamp that holds the lever in place. When you loosen that, you can twist this up so it becomes level. Just to be safe, I'm going to tighten it back down just a little bit so that it doesn't rotate. In this specific kit, you get 2 different syringes. You get the block-off plates for the calipers themselves. You get a pinch hose, a bunch of different adapters, funnel, stopper for the funnel, 2 bottles of mineral oil, a few different hoses, rubber bands, gloves. This Torx key is too big for these calipers, so this tool will not work for it. Let's find the right adapter to fit into the master cylinder. There are 2 screws that you'll see on the master cylinder. Do not do the one on the end that says mineral oil. You're looking for the one on the top. Use your T10. Shouldn't be too tight, so you can loosen that out. Don't lose it, and don't lose the little O-ring that's on it either. Now the ones that the funnel fit onto, see how it doesn't have a bib on it? This will be the caliper side, this will be the funnel side, because the hose goes onto that bib there. What we're looking for is one that threads into the master cylinder. That's cool. First one I found was the right one. Don't over tighten it because it is just plastic. Alright, let's grab the funnel. The funnel just presses in. Keep this handy, but you don't need this just yet. This is for when you're done with the process. Before I take the lower bleed screw off and attach the adapter, I'm going to prep the syringe, because as soon as I open that, you're going to have mineral oil coming out. So I want to make sure I'm ready to just pop this all back together. On this specific kit, there is a pinch cap. Take the pinch cap off, put the hose on, run the hose through the pinch cap, screw it back on. Already opened up the bottle of fluid. Just trying to get some of the air out from the syringe itself. See, there's no more bubbles in there. Go. Keep that ready. Get the fluid out of the way. Now what I did was I used the thread from the master cylinder fill cap. Found the right thread size because I know that they're the same size screw. That way I don't have to worry about opening this and then frantically trying to put this on. Loosen that cap. Again, it will lose oil, so be quick with this. Thread this on. Put the hose on. Alright, that should stop the leak. If it comes out looking like this with the O-ring on the end, push the O-ring back down. It should seat in a little groove on the bolt. You don't want that to get stuck in the threads. What we're going to do is push the fluid through from this end, and we will see it come up all the way through the other side. Alright, so you've got the blue fluid coming up on the master cylinder side. Now I'm not doing a full flush. So I'm just topping this off. At this point, I can remove this, put the cap back on, and then we're basically done. Again, just hand tight's fine. Don't need to crank down on it. I checked, I didn't find any torque specs. Clean off the brake rotor. If you have brake cleaner spray, definitely a good idea to use that, because if you've got any mineral oil on it, brakes aren't going to work nearly as well. Now up for the master cylinder side, this is where that little plunger is going to come in. Push the plunger in, create a seal, and with that seal you can lift this off. You won't lose any fluid. Dispose of this properly. I'm just going to put it down for now, and then I'll dispose of it when I'm done filming. Next we can remove that filler yellow adapter cap and put the main screw back in. Grab your Torx, hand tight. It really is a simple process. Don't get scared off by it because it's not the same as your motorcycle. That's really all there is to it. It's like a 5-minute job. You should be good to go. We can do the same process on the front using the front caliper and the front master cylinder. Identical process, identical adapters, identical fluid. We're good to go. The last thing to do is to put your brake lever back where it was. You're going to loosen up the clamp just a little bit again and drop it back down. Nice and snug. Now my son's ready to ride again. I know that was a super easy process, but I hope this was helpful for you. If you've got questions about it, let me know in the comments below. I've got a bunch of other content on the Rawrr, so I'll link that playlist right here. Hope to see you guys out there riding. Have fun out there and stay safe.